Hi, I'm Leah Bateman, and you are watching and reading Celebrity Interviews, and this is an interview for Jacqueline. Well, I've been singing ever since I was really little, but because I come from a really big family, nobody ever really noticed until I was like 11. It was after I saw Phantom of the Opera, and I couldn't stop singing Think of Me. So my mom heard me singing one day, and she was like, "Oh, sing for the family." And they were like, "Oh, she's pretty good." And after that, pretty much just took off. Yeah, actually, I've been playing violin ever since I was like 6, and I recently just started playing piano, and I really like that because it's easy to sing and play at the same time, whereas violin, it's a little more difficult. And I really want to learn how to play guitar. I would have to say that musically, my greatest inspirations are Christina Aguilera, Whitney Houston, and Celine Dion. They're just all so incredibly talented, and when you listen to their voice, it's just amazing. There are lots of other singers that I really look up to as well, but those are just my favorites. And acting wise, I would have to say probably Christian Bale, Edward Norton, definitely, and Natalie Portman. When it comes to performing live, my favorite part would probably be just the singing element. I love the applaud and the feedback you get, but when I'm singing a song, I just love to get carried away and into the moment, and that's definitely my favorite part. But when I'm acting on film, my favorite part is to be able to just let go and become that person and getting into the mind of that character. That's definitely my favorite part. Honestly, I don't really have a favorite song that I've covered because when I'm singing the song, it's my favorite song, if that makes any sense. Like, when I was singing To Take a Bow, that was my favorite song, and I was covering that song. And then when I covered Bubbly, that was my favorite song because I was singing that song. It just, I mean, I guess it really depends. If you show me a new song and I like it, that's my new favorite song to cover. So, my favorite place that I performed as a soloist would have to be the California State Convention for Firefighters. I got to sing for Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that was awesome. So that was definitely my favorite place. My ideal favorite place that I would love to perform would have to be on set with J.J. Abrams directing. That would be amazing. But vocally, it would have to be like Times Square. That would be awesome. That is such a hard question for me to answer because there's so many artists that I would love to perform with. But as I said earlier, my top three would definitely just have to be Christina Aguilera, Whitney Houston, or Celine Dion. It would just like make me cry. They're so amazing. And when it comes to acting, it would have to be Edward Norton. When I saw him in Primal Fear, I would just like got chills. He was so good. I would love, love, love to work with him. It's funny because I've never actually been in a recording studio, but that's one of the questions. And this Friday, actually, is going to be my first time I will be going into a recording studio, and I'm so excited. So I'm just going to ask a lot of questions, hopefully bring a notepad to write things down because so much to learn. And yeah, so that's an event going on. I would definitely say so excited. My advice to anyone watching this is you have to want it badly enough. You have to be 100% in because it is insanely difficult to break into this industry. I mean, the bottom line is there are some immensely talented people. Some get discovered and some don't. You're either in or you're out. There is no in between. But if you're willing to take that risk, then I say absolutely go for it. Well, I don't watch television because I don't have cable, but My favorite past TV show is definitely I Love Lucy. Like I already said, I don't watch TV, but my favorite current TV show would probably have to be Psych, because my sister kind of got me into it, and she bought the whole season and stuff, so we're watching them together as a family, and that's a lot of fun. So I guess that's my favorite TV show. Okay, I know people think I'm crazy, but I think Lost. That would be awesome. Okay, this is a hard one. There are a lot of really good movies out there. Um, I'll just list a few because I can never have a favorite anything. I'm so indecisive. Um, okay, probably Gladiator, The Last Samurai, Braveheart, and The Patriot. Yeah. Those are all really epic movies, but I mean, I have six brothers, so kind of have to like those things. I mean, I like a lot of romantic comedies too, and action films and adventures and a lot of things like that, but I mean, those are the movies that really stick out to me and have like good meanings and make me cry. So those are my favorites. The last movie I saw in theaters was The Help, and I highly, highly, highly recommend going and seeing it because it was amazing. I loved every bit of it. My mom and I watched it in Berkeley like a week ago, and it was so, 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 so good. And I love how brutally honest it was because it was very true to events and things that happened, and I think that's why it was so impacting. But definitely a tearjerker. Really, really, really well done. You should really go watch it. Okay, my favorite Disney princess is Belle, or Beauty, because I have a little spiel that I give about her when people ask me my favorite Disney princess. When I saw this was one of the questions, I was like, yay! I love Belle because she fell in love with the Beast, not because she was insanely attracted to him and it wasn't love at first sight, very Disney cliche. She fell in love with his heart first, even though he was a monster on the outside. She could see beyond that. So that's definitely why I love Belle, and she's very humble. And also because a friend of mine, Melissa Reiner, is playing her in Disney World, so that's also really cool. But she is my favorite Disney princess. One thing I cannot live without: water, oxygen. No, I'm just kidding. Something that I've been really blessed to have that a lot of people don't have is the love from all my family around me. And I know that when I go away and I do something for a while, pursuing things, I can always come back and my family is not like, oh, you were gone, you were lucky. They're just really supporting and loving. And that's something that I'm so immensely blessed to have, and something I cannot live without. I've been waiting to answer this question. It's In-N-Out Burger. Yum. I know, like, other people think that in their state, theirs is, like, the best, whatever it is. But California definitely, definitely has the best burgers. Like, In-N-Out Burger, tops. I'm telling you now. So when you come to California, we should meet up and hang out at In-N-Out Burger. Favorite subject? Definitely English, because I love writing, I love reading, so perfect combination. Just English in general. Woohoo! Yes, way too many, in fact, because we live out in the country, so we get a lot of animals that just come on to our property and we just adopt them. Usually ends up happening. So definitely have pets. We have cats, we have dogs, we have a bird. We had fish at one point. I think they're gone now. Yep, lots of pets. Oh my gosh, I like so many different styles of music. I couldn't just choose one song. I would die. Like, I need tons of music. I can't. Um, 1 second. I mean, I love all the way from Eminem to all the way to Phantom of the Opera, just and every other genre in between. So if I had one soundtrack, I would need different fragments of everything, every type of style of music. I don't think there's any type of music that I dislike. So, man, I don't know what my track would be. I'll just leave that up to you, because I can't decide. You choose. What would my track be? A charity that is really close to my heart is Compassion International. My parents sponsor several children, and it's really incredible because we get pictures from them and they write letters and I get to write letters back. And it's hard that we don't really get to see them though because I feel like they're part of our family. But it's funny because a friend of mine, they sponsored this young girl and she would send them a picture each year of her growing up so you get to see her develop into this beautiful young woman. And on their wall they have like this collage of photos of her from when she was like 3 years old all the way up until she got married. So it's really quite beautiful. And I think that's an amazing organization that we get to reach out and help people who are less fortunate. And that's definitely very close to my heart. A favorite quote? Um, we walk by faith and not by sight. I think that really applies to breaking into this industry, especially because you never know what's going to happen. And as I said earlier, it's a big risk that you're taking. So you honestly, you have to have faith. You have to have faith in yourself and of those around you. So that definitely applies to my life in many different ways. And that's a quote that is on my mind a lot. I would love to sing a song. I'm going to be singing a little bit of Bound to You by Christina Aguilera from Burlesque. I need when I'm holding you tight. If you walk away, I will suffer tonight. I found a man I can trust, and boy, I believe in us. I am terrified to love for the first time. Can't you see that I'm bound in chains? I finally found my way. I am bound to you. I am who I am. I'm bound to you. Thanks for watching.